And I am very happy. Are you happy in your relationship?
Yes, this relationship is a happy place for me. It's like...
I love that you use the word happy place.
No, but seriously, it's like, for me, it's one of them things where I found where seeing her happy actually makes me really happy.
From the outside, this looks like a rare thing in entertainment. Two heavyweights who actually fit. Chicago pride. Award shelves that groan, smiles that don't look rehearsed. But underneath the bright headlines is a second story the internet keeps trying to write for them. Which one wins? The one they show us, or the one we keep guessing about? They moved in the same circles for years. Same city, same work ethic, same habit of turning every room a little warmer. You saw the photos at charity events a decade ago, and then the project that changed the temperature. Breathe. Not a rom-com, an oxygen-starved survival thriller, yet the cast list made people look twice. Jennifer Hudson leading. Common in the credits. That's when curiosity got loud. Not because of a single moment, but because patterns started adding up. The set, the sightings, the ease. When a rumor has an engine, it doesn't need a driver. And this one took off. The film released in 2024 with both of them credited. That part isn't rumor, it's record. January 2024 was the turn. No grand press conference, no gotcha reveal. Just a grown man sitting on his partner's couch, saying out loud what most people already suspected. He was dating, he was happy, and we all knew who he meant. Months later, he found a new way to say the same thing. On a podcast built on gratitude and grind, he put it simply: this relationship is one of the greatest blessings of his life. He went further. A true partnership, equally yoked, aligned. For some, it sounded like poetry. For others, it sounded like something else. A man proving he'd done the work to deserve what he was holding. Either way, the message landed. The whisper era was over. Jennifer kept it lighter. Her tone was steady, private, and playful. She didn't need a paragraph to say what she felt. At the Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival in August 2025.
Jennifer Hudson,
yes.
Your girlfriend, how special is that relationship to you?
Oh man, that relationship is one of the greatest blessings and most important things in my life, in my whole journey in life. The friendship, the partnership, the life partnership, just the connection.
She called him such a light and mentioned how a call with her man can shift an entire day. Not a monologue, just a line, perfectly measured. That's her style. You get enough to know, not enough to pry. And that difference, his long-form praise, her elegant minimalism, fed a new round of think pieces from fans. Was it intimacy versus performance? Or just two people speaking in their own native languages? The debate kept clicking either way. Music makes private things public. It's the nature of songs, their diaries with drum loops. When a God There Is dropped on the Auditorium Vol 1, the subtext became text. Her voice soaring, his bars steady, two Chicagoans threading faith, grit, and love into a single track. You didn't have to read the credits to feel who it was about. And when they talked about working together, the comments felt human. She joked he gets a bit bossy in the studio. He praised her as a once-in-a-generation voice. Fans don't miss stuff like that. To them, it wasn't just a feature. It was a flag planted. We're not only together, we're building. Then came the kind of scene no publicist can script. Courtside in March 2025, a loose ball turned into a clip that ran everywhere. Hudson takes a shot, literal, her glasses fly, and Common's first instinct is to throw an arm across and steady her. It wasn't a grand gesture. It was a reflex you recognize. The player checks in, she shrugs it off, they keep their night. For a news cycle or two, the internet stopped theorizing and just watched a couple be a couple. That's the thing about real moments. They don't argue. They just settle the room. But online peace never lasts.
I'm very grateful. I thank God each and every day, and I'm just letting God guide this relationship.
God is in it, right?
God is in it.
That's right. Listen. Okay, this is the happy place.
After award season parties and late night whispers, the gossip feeds fired up with a new angle. Reports claim he was too cozy with someone else. Rumors suggest that someone might even be connected to her circle. Notice the wording, because that's where the truth lives. No on-the-record sources, no photos with dates and context, no statements from either side, just the kind of vague claims that travel fast precisely because they're blurry. PR teams know this game. One side goes quiet, the other side keeps it classy, and the public reads silence however they want. Here's what we actually know. They haven't announced a split. Credible outlets haven't published verified receipts. Everything beyond that? It's buzz. Interesting to track, dangerous to trust. Here's why people care so much. This isn't just a romance, it's two brands built on excellence and authenticity. She's an EGOT with a daytime platform that reaches living rooms 5 days a week. He's a rapper-actor whose artistry ages well. When fans sense a crack, they immediately scan for ripples, endorsements, appearances, collaborations. But not every whisper is a wave. The smartest move sometimes looks like nothing. No clapbacks, no subtweets, just showing up to work and letting the calendar do the talking. And that kind of restraint reads as power. Of course, the comment sections have their own memories. They catalog his dating history like baseball cards, and any pause becomes a pattern. Common being common, the line goes, half joke, half jab. But you can make a lot of stories fit a pattern if you want them to.
And we can
Speak on it.
she the
Speak
one
on
you
it.
say.
Speak on it.
I heard that.
Speak on it. Speak on it.
But here at the Happy Place, we like to respect people's privacy, so I'm not gonna ask you too many more questions about that.
Yeah.
But you know, everybody wanna know, so I had to,
Yeah.
Ms. Hudson had to get into that thing.
We keep it private, but I want to acknowledge how wonderful she is, how great.
The counter-argument is simple. People evolve. And the past doesn't get to narrate the present unless the present invites it in. Which version you believe probably says more about you than it does about them. So what's the status? Publicly, warm words, shared work, and no breakup announcement. Privately, unknown, and that's by design. The internet hates blanks, so it fills them. But not all blanks are hiding drama. Some are just boundaries. The next reel tells won't be in a blind item. They'll be in plain sight. A joint red carpet, a performance with shared smiles, a caption that sounds like a nudge. Or just as powerful, a long stretch of business as usual that quietly proves stability. People fixate on who said equally yoked and who didn't, who's more expressive, who's more understated. They miss the actual math of adult relationships. You can be private and proud at the same time. You can protect the core and still let in enough light for people to see it's real. The stronger the center, the less you need the performance. That's a lesson both of them seem to understand. Let's say the chatter spikes again. Reports claim a party sighting. Sources say a cold shoulder. Even then, look at the choices, not the noise. Does she pivot the show's tone? Does he shrink public appearances? Do they stop amplifying each other's work? Those are the moves that mean something. Everything else is just pixels doing what pixels do. Remember that MVAAFF moment. He's such a light. That's not a throwaway, it's a summary. Light isn't perfect. It flickers, it shifts, but it changes what you can see. If you're looking for proof, sometimes that's the line you circle. Not a paragraph, not a press release, just a precise sentence that tells you what you need to know. 2 reasons. First, the combination. A legendary voice and a poet with a camera face, that's narrative gold. Second, the balance. Enough visibility to root for them, enough privacy to keep wondering. That tension is catnip for the timeline. It's why a studio collaboration feels like a love letter, and a courtside mishap feels like proof of care. It's why a rumor can trend without a single fact attached. Trends are loud, work is louder over time. Breathe is on the resume forever. The record is on streaming forever. Awards sit on shelves forever. If you're trying to measure the weight of a relationship from the outside, watch what gets made. That's the part the timeline can't fake. Maybe the internet keeps rewriting this story because it wants a twist. But sometimes the plot isn't scandal. It's steadiness. Sometimes the reveal isn't a breakup or a makeup. It's 2 people choosing quiet confidence over constant explanation. If that's the case here, the next shocking update might be no update at all, just two careers thriving and a partnership that refuses to perform for the crowd. So which story wins, the public one or the speculative one? For now, the public one has the receipts, shared credits, shared stages, words that sound like the real thing. If the private one ever changes, they'll tell us. Until then, the loudest signal is simple. When they do speak, they make each other look brighter. And that, more than any whisper, is how a narrative survives.